We always want to vote our values, and this is an opportunity to do so. Purim is coming up, and we get to act like Mordechai and Esther and assert ourselves in the World Zionist Congress elections. These elections are held every 5 years for a body made up of Jews from around the world, and it helps determine where over $1 billion in funds will be allocated. Will this money be allocated by right-wing, ultra-Orthodox organizations, the kinds that already dominate the Israeli government? Or will a greater percentage of this money be allocated to pluralist organizations that support values that are reflected here at places like Temple Sholom? Equality for women, making sure that women and people other than straight white males like me have a seat at the table and leadership roles in the Jewish community. Mercaz, Slate 17, reflects these values, making sure that Judaism, Jews, and all of our diversity have a seat at the table. Not that everyone has to be all the same, and making sure that Judaisms other than just a vision of orthodoxy are represented in Israel, so that the 10% of Israelis who identify in some way, shape, or form with non-Orthodox Judaism have a seat at the table. Now, it's hard to get that in the Knesset elections. The Orthodox groups will get plenty of funding because they're in control of the government right now, and they'll be okay on their own. What we need to do as North American Jews is to support groups like Mercaz, so that money can be allocated for consensus areas, making sure that Israeli shlichim get to visit non-Orthodox camps and schools and synagogues abroad, making sure that money goes to consensus issues, not far-flung settlements, not just ultra-Orthodox causes, but Judaism and all of its diversity. This is part of the story of Purim, right? Mordechai is a straight arrow, right? He's known for his public practice of Judaism. He's very pious, and everyone sees him doing this. Esther, not so much. She can hide her Judaism, presumably because she's not that observant, right? She's might not be keeping kosher because no one knows that she's Jewish. She's probably not keeping Shabbat because no one knows that she's Jewish. We've always been a diverse people, and we should embrace that fact and not try to erase it. Part of how we do that is by voting in the World Zionist Congress elections for groups like Mercaz, Slate 17. I think it best reflects our values. Costs $5, but it is totally, totally worth it because that money can come back manyfold. Extremist organizations will do fine. They will turn out their people in great numbers. It's harder for those who are passionate centrists. We should be passionate centrists. This is part of our being able to have a voice in Israel and in the Jewish community worldwide, and we should vote for Mercaz. Mercaz means center, and that's part of where our heart lies. I urge you to vote. Spend the $5, and Purim Sameach.